you saw the basketball, and I remember you looking at it, and then you was looking at it for a long time, and then you went off. Yeah, and you was gone for quite a bit actually, and then you came back and be like, yeah, straight away, I'll take it. You've got so much art from me, like I can't even remember what you've got.
So,
But I heard that you had to clear out a shelf just to fit them.
What's your favourite project you've ever done?
I went on tour with the Bob Marley's family in the UK. I like when people come to my stand, I want them to get that good vibe, that positive vibe.
Alright lads, welcome back to Midweek MC, the part of the podcast where I sit down with the amazing co-host, Captain AJX, to just waffle away. Yep, that's all we do is waffle. How are you today, AJX?
Hello, I'm good, Orbitz. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. See how short and nice that intro was? It's great, isn't it?
And you've ruined it again. You've ruined it for the second week running.
I haven't ruined it. I want to address the elephant in the room very quickly, is that the audio may sound different in this podcast. I'm hoping it sounds different in a good way, okay? If it sounds different in a bad way, it's fine. It won't sound different in a bad way. The point is, I'm trying to hopefully make myself a bit louder and even out our audio. So we'll see how it goes, alright? Let me know feedback on if this sounds good or not. But yeah, did I already ask how you were doing, AJX? Or
Yes,
no?
you did.
I did. What was your answer?
I said good.
Oh, that's it.
You
Just
just
good.
said even out our audio. Do you know why you said our audio?
Why did I say our audio? Because there's two of us.
Because we got a guest.
Do we?
Oh my god.
No way. Who's the guest?
It's Mr. Mystery.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
We're joined with a siren. Let's go.
Let's go.
How are you today?
Thank you. I'm good today, thank you. I'm glad I'm on this podcast, and
You definitely know the name of.
Yeah.
Definitely. You just know it's a podcast and that's it. You know nothing about it. You don't know the name.
No, I do. It's No, wait. I got it. InsideMC.
Oh my, there we go. I mean, this is technically midweek MC, but yeah, it's fine. We ball.
It's the same umbrella.
Oh my God,
It's the same umbrella.
Did I just offend you guys?
Really? Yeah, you did. No, you really offended me. Yeah. That's it. Podcast over. I'm gonna hit stop recording. We can run this back.
You're both. Surely I would be the one to be offended.
Yeah, actually, well, not really, because like people still involve you in Inside MC. So many times they're like, "Oh, I love that Inside MC episode, AJX." It's like, you don't do that.
Yeah, true.
You're not a part of that. What do you mean?
What is Inside MC?
Inside MC was the original podcast. That was the start, and that was basically originally it was meant to be me and an old co-host just talking about stuff, but then it turned into like an interviewing guest podcast and like interviewing Minecraft content creators, like server owners, all that kind of jazz, right? And then which it's become. And then Midweek MC was the introduction where I thought I'd bring AJX into the scene so we could waffle away about like so we bring on guests still, but the guests are based on things that have happened that week. For instance, like last week's guest, it was the owner of a Minecraft tournament, and that Minecraft tournament just turned 4. So we were talking about that birthday kind of jazz. And then like another one in the past was about like a ranked tournament, and the ranked tournament had just happened. But then like you bringing you on is because you're not a Minecraft content creator, and I want Midweek MC to kind of dwell into the area a little bit of bringing on people outside of the scene. And so that's where you come into play. You're now on Midweek MC because we're interviewing you. We're not interview, but we're like talking to you, but you're not a Minecraft, you're not Minecraft related kind of thing, you know?
We're still
waffling.
And we waffle. Exactly. With that being said though, I've kind of mentioned how you're not like Minecraft related. So if you'd like to kind of introduce yourself, you know, tell the people who you are, what you do, you know, maybe you can even drop in how we know each other, maybe if you can remember. It's completely up to you.
Oh, we've known each other for a long time though, haven't we?
A good like year and a half now.
Oh wow, is it? That's still a long time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A long time for Orbitz's life.
Oh my, are we seriously going to carry this into the podcast? don't let me whip out the guns of calling you guys old, alright? We're not going to get started on it.
Okay, well, I'm Mr. Mistry. That's my real name and my artist name. I know it's hard to believe. What I do is art and design and anything customized. Like, I don't know where to start. How long have you got? Like, well, I started off airbrushing t-shirts, and no, actually before that, I was a graffiti artist. Used to do a bit of tags. I love drawing in sketchbooks, and it's just evolved over 10 years. And anything to do with art, I do it. But mainly it's like graphics, designs, illustrations. How do I explain the graffiti cans.
So whenever I like
Oh,
talk about you and how I kind of introduce you to AJX, like when I told AJX about you coming on, was you make
Mhm.
custom spray paint cans and you make custom basketballs. That is literally what I called it. So
Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, what popped off for me was I think it was over lockdown. I was just piling up with my empty spray cans. So I had bags and bags of empty spray, and I just got an idea of fusing like retro figures and action figures like they're bursting out of the cans. And then I cover them with resin drips, so it looks like there's actual paint coming out the cans. They have all different attributes, like some glow under UV light, and it just really caught on, and I just love making them because each one is unique. So once you have one, you're kind of like the only one on the planet where has it. And even if I try to do, let's say, the same figure again, it will never come out the same as the one I've done before.
you can
And
do the
they're
same
all different.
idea, but not the same actual result.
Yeah. I just find that it's physically not in. It's not impossible. It's impossible to replicate it exactly the same. And I think that's the novelty of the art I make.
I mean,
That's very cool.
even for you to hear this, AJX, as well, to show like how much I've gotten from you, Mystery. I have a custom Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle basketball, which I got from DesignerCon. That's when we first met. I remember fun story, Mystery, which you don't actually know about this, and I don't really find confidence in saying this out loud, but because of the mental health podcast, I'm a little bit more open for it. So when I met you with the basketball, I'd been out of a job for a little while, and I'd only just recently got into a job like the month before. For that con in general, not just for you, I actually had to borrow a bit of money from my mum, and that's what led to me buying the basketball. I remember because I walked away from the stall because I wasn't sure if I was going to buy it, and then I messaged my mum asking if I could borrow the money to buy it, into which she said yes, and that's when I came back, it was still there. So that's why I got the basketball, and that's why I didn't get the figures. So I only got the basketball.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense to me now.
Yeah. So
I truly appreciate that. Like, you saw the basketball, and I remember you looking at it, and then you was looking at it for a long time, and then you went off. Yeah, and you was gone for quite a bit actually, and then you came back and be like, yeah, straight away, I'll take it.
It was meant to
Like,
be.
no
Yeah,
hesitation.
exactly.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. Like, it's still, it doesn't sink into me. Like, when people come to my stand or go onto my website, and like they have the same sort of passion as me and enthusiasm for my art. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things. Like, it never sinks in.
Yeah, I mean, it will at one point. Also, AJ, I feel really bad. I'm sorry. I feel like I cut you off. Was you gonna say something?
No,
talking about it?
Well, I was going to say, like, it's really cool that you talked about sort of the fact it's always going to be unique, because people are so into collectibles nowadays and having stuff that is unique. So
Yeah,
what you're doing is basically exactly that. You're making something that no one else can have, which is perfect.
yeah, no, like I'm still constantly coming up with different ideas. So it's not just the cans. Like with the basketballs, it's been loads of people have been customizing basketball for years. But then I was like, why don't I have a go? Like, I've done trainers before as well, and that's the same sort of concept of no one else is gonna have those trainers if customizing. So I've actually got a project maybe in December. They want me to do their body kit for their motorbike. So
Ooh.
yeah, sky's the limits with me. Like, I like to be tested on what I can do. So yeah, anything I'll jump on. Obviously, like, the materials and everything has to be viable that it will work. And the thing with me as well, it's all about durability. Like, it can't fall apart, or I don't want it to chip, or you know what I mean? I go through the process on how to do each piece as well for its longevity. I can say I'm a perfectionist, but I have to draw back as well, because then if it's too perfect, what's the point? What's the point of art? Like, it has to have, well, this is my opinion anyway, it has to have that handcrafted, handmade feel to it at the same time, with the how can I put it, with the clean cuts on it. But then I think it still needs, when someone looks at it, you can tell that it's been handcrafted or handmade.
It's not machine made.
Like,
yeah,
it's not manufactured.
That's
like,
the word.
It's not manufactured. I've got nothing against manufacturing. Like, it still gives me the same nostalgia. Like, with figures and retro toys from back in the day, they're re-releasing them the same way how they looked back in the day.
Yeah.
And it gives you that feeling. And I think with the graffiti cans, it has that same thing. With, like, I always do the set of turtles, but I'll do them different every time. And then I'll use, so with the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they had the ooze, which was the green, like, toxic goo or whatever you call it. So I'll always put them drips on the can, because then that will remind you of the accessories, what came with it, and what other the little bits you can buy. So when people see it, they will be just like, oh wow, like it will just hit their heart differently, because it's that memory from when there was a child.
Yeah.
And I think that's what works and entwines with my art as well.
To kind of add to that as well with like the rest of the stuff. I'm sorry again, AJX, for cutting you off, by the way. I do feel bad.
No problem.
So-
Don't be.
Also,
Don't fight over me, guys. It's okay. It's okay.
always Mistry. I at that same designer con, which only really happened that 1 year, in all honesty, was I got the Harry Potter spray paint can, which I'm gonna be real with you, it's cool, but you've improved a lot since it, because that was kind of in the moment buy. It was all right. It was. I'm not saying it's bad, because it is still really, really good. But what you've produced since that spray paint can is like really good, anything, you know. So you can tell, like, you can see how you've improved the more you've done it, is what I'm trying to get at here. So
of course, like, I think it's the same with every artist. When they look back at what they drew years ago, like, it's hard for them to look at, because
I mean, it's the same with the podcast. Like when I look back at how I was recording this a year ago and how I talked and the questions I asked and the way I acted, like I feel a lot more like professional now. I feel a lot better now when recording a podcast, you know.
Yeah, I'll tell you 100%. You get me.
Then
It's just getting more skilled in it.
Exactly.
Basically, yeah.
Then at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go
Yeah.
on. Sorry. I'm
yeah,
just
no,
going through everything I bought now. Really.
No, I want to hear, because I can't. You've got so much art from me, like I can't even remember what you've got.
So
But I heard that you had to clear out a shelf just to fit them all.
yeah, so I mean, it's got a bunch of other stuff on it as well that isn't just you. It's got some more stuff on it now. But from Comic-Con, and I can't really remember if these were from Designer Con or Comic-Con, but I'm just going to assume it's Comic-Con last year, not this year. I got Captain America spray paint can, Iron Man spray paint can, and my girlfriend got the Pokemon spray paint can, which I think the Pokemon one was actually Designer Con. But there's that.
Yeah, it could be.
I then commissioned you for a custom Daffy Duck spray paint can for my girlfriend's dad. Well, we commissioned it together, me and my girlfriend. And then commissioned a custom Dobby spray paint can for my mum. And then
Yes, I remember that, yeah.
commissioned a custom Hibana spray paint can, which you didn't actually put the Hibana figure into the spray paint can, which I'm really, really glad, looking back on it, that you decided not to. And you just made a custom Hibana spray paint can, and then like did this whole like that's one of the ones that glow in the dark if you shine a like light on it.
Yeah, I did that. That was different to what I was doing at that time as well.
Yeah, and it's really
Because I remember
cool.
I've done the whole base and
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because you know what? I've got love for sculpting and sculptures, and you know what I mean? When I looked at it, like the detail on the actual statue, it was amazing. And I was just like, I didn't want to hide any of it. So I thought I'll come up with another idea so you can display it from all angles. And the funny thing is, at that time, I didn't know what it was. You told me what it was, and then I think you also sent me the link to the figure or something.
Yeah, so
And
you
then when I
bought the
received
figure
it-
and
Yeah, and when I received it, it's manufactured by a company called Pure Arts. And the funny thing is that I'm working with them. So
that's sick.
it's just crazy how it's crazy how it works out. So
Should tell
there's
them
going to
about
be a
me for real.
designer. There's going to be a designer con. Hold on, am I allowed to talk about this?
Probably don't, but I don't think anything's been announced. So just don't say anything. Don't say anything.
No, that's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so I'm working with them, and there's going to be a designer con in California. I think it's in a couple of weeks.
Oh.
And so it's going to be a collaboration between another artist called Daytona and me, and the manufacturers are Pure Arts. And I've
Are you
done
flying out?
5. I'm not too sure yet. It depends on my schedule.
Oh yeah.
So it would be great if I could. We'll see. Anyway, I'll keep you updated on that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be. So I've done 5 custom one-off pieces for them, and then that's going to be sold in California at DesignerCon. So that's some exciting stuff, and it's just it's strange how that works.
Full circle,
Yeah.
Then you posted an Only Fools and Horses spray paint can, and I
Yes, for
instantly
your
bought it
granddad.
for my granddad, for
Yeah.
his birthday, because he
Yeah.
loves it, and he put it right next. Funny enough, I actually showed that to one of my work colleagues today, because they don't know about the podcast, but I just remembered that you were coming on, so I just decided to talk about you and your work. working at, showing them that. And then
Okay.
I bought a Fantastic Four spray paint can at this Comic-Con, which is currently under my desk. And I bought
Under your desk?
yeah, because I don't have any space for it, so I'm saving it for when I move out. It's just still in the bubble wrap and everything. Then alongside it, bought the Doctor Doom one because it couldn't just come on its own. I had to get the.
You got the whole set, man.
Then I also bought a custom Black Panther. There was only 3 of a kind, and I bought one of them.
Oh right, yeah, the bust or the head, yeah.
Yeah, the head, yeah. So. And that's it.
Yeah, I think I only had 3 of those Black Panther busts, and each one was individually. Obviously, they were different.
What number do I have? I can tell you. I have because you have the number on it because it's still. I haven't taken it out of the box. It's still in the box.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I got 3 out of 3. I got the 3rd one.
Yeah, you got the 3rd one. I remember you took ages to decide.
Yeah,
but yeah. I think the other 2 went to one buyer because they couldn't decide, and then they just bought both of them. So
yeah, I think I saw you post something because they like shared their collection or something, right? Because they bought a lot from you as well. That buyer.
Yeah.
You get your regulars. It's crazy, right?
I know.
And then now my girlfriend is commissioning something cool from you as well. She's bought something for my Christmas. Then she's also commissioning something else from you, which we won't say because I'll probably end up posting when I get it. But yeah, that's all right.
No, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
I know.
I've got the 2nd commission right next to me. It's not finished. But
it's
boy,
just
it
chilling.
looks good. Does
I'm looking forward to it because the thing is, I know what it is. We're not going to talk about it because I want it to be a surprise for the viewers. I know it's my Christmas present, but I know what it is. I just don't know what it looks like. You know,
it sounds like it's the viewers' Christmas present.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it could be a Christmas present for you, AJX. Who knows? I mean, now that you know what it is, to be fair, but you know, that's not the point. So, you know. But yeah, no, it's just I just thought I'd go through everything I bought for me to show that, like, you know, because that's why I picked you specifically to come on the podcast. I'm sure I could have reached out to many artists, but like obviously we kind of go back to met you at DesignerCon, saw you at Comic-Con, saw you then again at Comic-Con. I've just commissioned you a shit ton for stuff, so it's like, you know, we kind of we have that kind of connection. So not connection, like connection in the sense of like you do, I buy kind of thing, you know. So.
We basically do business.
Yeah, that's the word. That's the one I'm looking for. Sorry, it's been a long day at work. Okay. My head is podcast mode, but not fully like brain cell mode, you know. So you gotta work with me here, Mistry, please. So.
No, man, no. Orbitz, honestly, like it's more than business anyway, man. I got to know you over the years, so that's the thing. Like with the regular clients that commission me as well, you just naturally get to know everyone, and you just appreciate that. Do you know what I mean? It's more people in your life.
We're actually on a name-to-name basis, but you keep calling me Orbitz for the podcast. So, you know.
I think it goes right.
Yeah, Orbitz works, yeah. But outside the podcast, you call me Charlie, like, which is nice. Like, I'm glad we're not like on a like kind of. I mean, even with AJX, the only reason we call each other by our online names is because all we've ever known. Whereas you know me as Charlie. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
You
know me as Orbitz, I like Orbitz, man. I think that might stick now. I might just call you Orbitz.
You know what? We ball. We ball. So. But no, it's true. Yeah, it's all business, but still, like I sometimes message, check in on you, and then like even now, like I DM'd you like Reese Bank, said, "Do you want to come on the podcast?" It's like, oh yeah, I'm down. I think did I invite you at Comic-Con or did I message you about
it? You messaged me about it.
I could have sworn I thought I bought you at Comic-Con first though. Oh, never mind. All right, no, I said it to my girlfriend.
You told me about the podcast and what you was doing.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
but I don't think you invited me.
Well, I invited you on. Well, you're here now. That's what matters, right?
I'm here. That's all that matters. Yeah, of course.
I feel like I've done a lot of talking, AJ. Do you have any questions to follow from this?
No. You've been talking about
I know Charlie already. I don't know you, AJX. So
no. Well, you've been talking about what you bought. So I've been listening with.
Do you feel a bit jealous that he's got all that stuff and you don't have a piece?
I like the Only Fools and Horses one. Can't lie.
Yeah,
his granddad. Cool. That was my favorite.
AJX's birthday is in April, Mistry. Who knows? Maybe we can. I'm going to Birmingham to meet him, so maybe we can cook up something. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe we can surprise him with something.
Kind of spoiled the idea of a surprise now, but you know, it doesn't mean it's going to happen, AJ. So don't be expecting anything, right?
We can get the 3-wheeler, the Trotters Independence 3-wheeler, and then I can customize it. We can give him that.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
You went a bit silent. Is that a bad idea?
No, I'm trying to think of what three-wheeler is, and like, am I tripping here? Like the bike, like 3-wheeler bike? Oh, the car. Oh wait, the car. I'm an idiot. Ignore me. Yes, that's a really good idea actually.
AJX, you knew what I was talking about.
No, I know what you're on about. I know what you're on about now. I zoned out. The yellow car. Yes.
Robin.
The yellow one, right?
Yeah,
I'm not tripping. Okay, good. I zoned out. Sorry. Like I said, I
believe it's a modified Reliant Robin.
Wait, hold up. I can just search up.
You're going deep now.
Only falls on horses, yellow car.
Nerdy car knowledge.
It is a Reliant Regal Supervans.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that. I just remember the three-wheeler. It was yellow and it had Trotters Independence along the side.
You can actually buy it on Amazon for £20. Oh, actually, I've seen a really cool one. I will
sure
cook up
that's not a
something.
little model?
Huh?
What, the actual car?
No, we're not gonna buy the actual car. I thought you were saying we're gonna buy like a little model and customize it.
No, I was talking about the actual car.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, I'll buy him the actual car with the podcast money that I definitely earn. So, you know.
Well, actually, they're probably very expensive because they're probably collector's items.
I'd like to assume so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Depends how much of a good friend you are. One day, hey.
Yeah, I mean, you drive. To be fair.
Terrible to drive freewheelers.
Oh, that's a sign not to get. There we go. That's a sign, if anything.
Oh well,
Honestly,
no, actually,
it was a joke. Like I just like.
Oh, you were joking. Oh, Mystery. I thought you were being serious. I actually thought you were going to pitch in and help me buy it.
No, you
If
know
only
what?
I could tell what jokes were.
This is being sarcastic now.
I tell you one thing, it will be so dangerous if I was a billionaire because for shits and giggles, the stuff I will do, honestly.
Do you know what I've always really wanted?
Yeah, go on.
A mini covered in AstroTurf.
Oh, I love minis.
I actually had a mini.
But covered in AstroTurf would be the funniest thing. It'd be great.
That is very unique.
Yeah.
It's covered in that.
And just driving down the street and you're in an AstroTurf mini.
Listen to this. I had a mini because my car broke down. I had like nothing else. And then all I had access to was this mini. It was cheap. And you never guess what color it was.
Pink.
No, it was yellow, like Mr. Bean.
Oh.
The ultimate car.
AJX
Yeah,
Mr. Bean.
it was horrendous, but I rocked it like it was a Ferrari. I even put racing stripes on it.
Of course you did.
Yes.
Of course you did. I actually believe, even if you're joking, that's actually believable. That's the thing.
You know what? Yeah, and I think I blacked out all the lights and everything like that. Because before I did that to the car, I was getting it from all my friends. I was getting it from family. They'd be like, "Oh, look, he's Mr. Bean's here." Every time he used to pull up, so I had to do something to it while I had it.
You had to give it the hocus pocus.
Yeah, no, definitely, because I was sick of everyone calling me Mr. Bean.
I did actually have one big question. What's your favorite project you've ever done?
Ooh.
That's a horrible question.
I told you it was big. It's a controversial one.
Can we give him like a freeway basis?
I don't think I can even answer that, honestly.
You don't even have a top 5?
I don't. I've done so much, and I might pick a project and then regret it after in my head.
I mean, personally, the basketball that you're working on right now for Christmas, I think that's the best project you've ever worked on. Personally,
I can't say that because it's not completed.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be complete to be the best.
Well, it will be the best.
Look at Jude Bellingham. He's not complete, but he's still the best right now. Do you watch Football Mystery by any chance?
No, I don't.
And why is it every guest we bring on AJX?
This is a question you ask every podcast, and I always know the answer's going to be
no one ever watches it. Why? I need to bring Ben on so we can do a football podcast. That's what needs to happen.
No, I don't mind the sport. I don't mind even playing a bit of football, but I just don't follow it.
Exactly.
That's fair.
I don't think that's bad.
me when Miss Mystery starts making custom footballs.
You're inviting the wrong guests as well.
Whoa.
Everyone in
Mystery's
the
not a
Minecraft
wrong
community
guest.
is... No, I meant...
But you know,
I didn't mean that.
Custom football will actually be easier than doing a basketball.
Yeah, but basketball's better.
imagine.
Especially
I
if
used
you
to play
get one
basketball.
of the leather ones. Like, yeah.
What's that one ball? Oh, what's that one ball that's really expensive, AJ? It's the one that was in the African World Cup. It's called
oh god.
Oh, it's gonna bug me now. It's like £2,000.
Jabalani?
Yeah, Jabalani. Custom £2,000 Jabalani. There we go. That'd be
Okay,
cool.
I'll check it out.
Okay. Yeah. So, do you not have like a favorite project then? Come on, you gotta give us like what's one that's like that sticks in your mind? Because I know like one of my personal favorites from you, and it's not one that I own, is the Star Wars one, the big Star Wars figure that you made. I think it was last Comic-Con, because you did one this Comic-Con, but I'm talking about the one last Comic-Con was really, really good.
Last Comic-Con?
Yeah, you made made it, but it was already bought. You just took it to Comic-Con for display.
Are you talking about the Hulkbusters that I
No, because
do crossover?
No, the
Or are
Hulkbuster.
you talking...
Oh, you did it. Yeah, you did a Hulkbuster Star Wars Mandalorian.
Yeah,
That was last
Is that what
Comic-Con.
you
That's the one. Yeah.
I do one every year.
But but the last year's one had Yoda on it. This one didn't have Yoda on it, did it?
No, this one I done at R2D2.
That's the one. Yeah, last year's one was. I like the R2D2 one, but last year's one with the baby Yoda stood out to me.
Grogu.
Yeah, that one's dope because I put the cape on him,
Yeah.
and then Yoda stuck on him on his shoulder or something with a
We're gonna say
magnetized
Grogu,
it.
otherwise AJS will get offended again.
Grogu, sorry, mate.
Yeah, that one, and the R2D2 with this year was really, really good as well. There's also the you did the custom Star Wars, like actual Star Wars figures at Comic-Con as well. The big ones are all on display. Not in your booth.
Oh right, yeah, no, that was Darth Vader. I'm sure that was Darth Vader.
And I don't know. I just remember Stormtrooper. I remember Stormtrooper. The
That
big
was
ones,
the-
not the ones at your booth. The ones that were actually at like the Star Wars section of Comic-Con.
Oh, you're talking about the actual life-size?
Yeah,
Stormtrooper suit?
yeah, the ones that you customize. That's
okay.
yeah.
That's
that too.
the thing. That could be in the top 5 because I actually forgot about that, and that was only a month ago. Not even a month.
So it can't be or it can be.
It can be.
Yes, exactly, because it's so good that you forgot about it. There we go. So.
No, it's
I'm always like looking forward and just doing new projects constantly. I hardly take the time to take it in and look back.
Right,
but
set
I should
mentality.
do. Yeah, no, I appreciate that because I do need to sometimes look back at what I've done and update my portfolio. But that suit, yeah, it came out so good.
You've done like a lot, a lot of stuff. The Big E basketball, the basketballs that were designed kind of alongside the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one.
Yeah, done a Biggie basketball and I've done a 2-pack basketball. I think they're both in America now. They were American customers, so they're both in the US.
Because I was gonna buy the 2-pack one, but it was more expensive than a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one. That's why I ended up going with it. Yeah.
The person who bought the 2-pack one, they looked at it and they was like, "Yeah, I'll take it." And I was like, "I haven't even given you a price." And he was like, "He was like, it doesn't matter because I want it."
You need to bring back the basketball shots.
Oh yeah, you know what? I can't do it at MCM Comic Con.
Oh, why?
Because health and safety, and I can't do this. And
Oh
I can't
my
do that. There's a lot of
god!
rules and
Wow,
regulations.
snooze fest.
Even with the tables, like you can't move them an inch out of place. Like it's
Jesus.
there's a lot of guidelines you have to go about, and they'll definitely not have me getting everyone shooting hoops at my stand. But that was brilliant though, right? At DesignerCon.
Yeah, the discount
I thought that was wicked.
because I'm gonna say her name just for the sake of it, for her online name, Dave. I can't be bothered to keep saying my girlfriend, so we're gonna just keep on Dave for the sake of it. My girlfriend's online name is Dave. Okay, so Dave, she actually landed a shot, whereas I missed mine, which is quite funny. So,
Yeah,
you know,
I think I was given £5 off if you.
it was £5 off. Yeah, if you hit.
Yeah, £5 off if you get shot in, and that was a hard shot
It was. Yeah.
to make. Yeah.
Do you want to know a fun fact as well, AJX? And I don't actually think you actually wouldn't know this, Mistry, because I would have told you. So you know how I have this whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle persona all of a sudden, AJX, with the t-shirts. I have Comic-Con, I bought a custom Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle car, which was really cool. Not custom, it's a retro car, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it, but
Yeah.
I get
So
it.
that-
I've seen them.
Yeah.
so that actually all came from that basketball, by the way. As soon as I bought the basketball, it just kind of became not my brand, but my thing of just I buy every now and then something to do with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So
Okay, so you're not really into it.
I'm not. No, that's the funny thing.
okay.
No, I'm not a diehard Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan. I haven't even watched a new movie, which I really should. But just something about it is
The movie's great.
I've just become a little bit attached to it in a sense of it's just become a bit similar to my persona.
Yeah,
It's one of those things that I don't know. You kind of just like the look of, right?
Yeah, I just think it's a cool concept. Is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a cool
It
concept.
spoke to you.
Well, it didn't speak to me. No, he didn't actually
They
physically
spoke-
say
No,
words.
I
AJ.
don't mean it. That's not
The
how you
basketball
take
didn't just start talking to me, AJ. Come on now, don't be silly.
Yeah.
No, it was the characters on the basketball that started talking to you. Who was it? Who talked to you first, Charlie? Was it
Michelangelo. Yeah, look at that. Eh?
I knew it.
Oh, it's always Michelangelo. Oh man, this podcast is great. This is literally just us having a conversation. This is great. It's not even an interview. See, this is why I love the podcast. See, Mistry. See?
Well, I think I like podcasts now as well.
Yeah,
No, but I've got the same thing as well. Have you heard of Gundam?
Yeah, I've heard.
Yes.
Stop lying. Have you?
No, I have.
Okay, yeah. So he basically looks like Optimus Prime, but he was created before Optimus Prime. It's a Japanese robot, and it's
But Yoshiaki Tomino and Sunrise the franchise.
what are you talking about?
I just googled it and I said the name. It's a Japanese military science fiction Gundam.
Yeah. I don't know what year, but it was way before Transformers.
Around about the year
By
you were
looking-
born, apparently.
Before that,
1979.
1979. And
Close enough.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was a little kid then. Yeah, so the same thing with that. I've never watched any of the cartoons, or I was never into it. And then just all of a sudden, like, I saw it. I went to Japan actually this year in the summer, and I was just hooked. And I knew nothing about it. Well, I got to know about it, and I just ended up buying loads of Gundam stuff. And the same thing. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I like it. It just looks cool.
And it's kind of like you, AJX. You owned, like, I'm not sure what, I can't remember what came, I think the mask came first, right? You owned, like, the mask, and then that just kind of became your whole branding was...
No. Yeah, no, you're right. I guess I bought the mask because that was like my decision.
Are you talking about Jim Carrey?
No.
See, look at his profile picture. Look at his profile picture. Do you know, like, how you can, like, buy the glowing masks with, like, the custom faces on them and stuff?
Okay.
It's like, there was a bunch of booths at Comic-Con that was selling them. Like, he has,
right.
like, that
Yeah, they're
actual
like-
mask in person.
I have like a.
Is it those LED ones?
That's the one.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
It's-
I've
it's-
seen them at a few shows.
They're every show, that's right.
my ones from like they're usually for professional DJs. But I was like, well, I need to hide my face, so I was like, this is the way I'm going to do it. And yeah, and then from there, I basically my branding became revolved around that. So yeah, I guess in a way you're right.
Yeah,
It did
so-
become
Same way
still
whenever
my
I go
thing.
to a convention now, I will only wear a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle t-shirt.
Yes, true.
So I don't know why. It's just a thing that's just happened.
It's a good luck thing then. It becomes a good luck.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
kind of actually.
AJX,
Yeah.
I have a question for AJX. Why do you have to hide your face again?
It was a decision in case I got big enough that I didn't want to attract any unwanted attention to my family.
Okay. So you're not a DJ?
No, I wish.
He's Marshmallow.
Okay.
Did you not know that?
He's
Mystery?
what? Marshmallow?
Yeah, you're talking to Marshmallow right now.
What?
This is just his alter ego.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky me.
I wish.
You're talking to the Marshmallow. I can't believe you didn't know that. He sounds the same and everything.
It sounds the same as someone that doesn't talk.
No, but the people won't know that until we talk
Yeah,
because
no,
you're
we can have one
Marshmallow.
of them. Yeah.
There you go. I guess moving back into you then, Mystery.
Okay.
Yeah. I know, like Mystery is your name, but like, where was the idea for Mr. Mystery? Where'd that come from?
So when I was doing graffiti, it was the whole concept of like you're not supposed. Well, it's illegal, right? So you don't really show your face or anything like that. And then Mystery being my actual surname, it was just like a no-brainer. So when I first started my business, I just kept the name Mr. Mystery. Well, I had two names. I'm going to tell you the other one. So then I used to tag and do graffiti and stuff on the streets. Or let's call it street art. So I used to do street art. Yeah, so then Mr. Mystery, I just kept it when I started the business. Yeah, so it was the whole gimmick of just like same thing as AJX, just not revealing the face. And even now, it kind of sticks. Like I don't mind taking a picture, or I'd rather my artwork do the talking. So yeah, that was the whole concept, Mr. Mystery, and I just kept it. Well, I have to because it's my name.
Yeah, fair enough. That's pretty pretty simple story to be fair. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't got no like.
No, it's completely fine. No, you don't need like a crazy
Understandable.
origin story. You're good. It's kind of like the same with me. Like I only just showed my face this year because I went to TwitchCon and I wanted people to know what I look like. But before that, the reason I didn't show my face was because I wanted people to judge me on my content rather than my looks. I feel like a lot of people can. I feel like as soon as people find out what you look like, a lot changes sometimes, and it has for like a lot of creators, and some for good, some for bad. Like there's this one like creator called Corpse Husband, for example, and like he did, as far as I'm aware, he did. I didn't really ever watch his content, but as far as I'm aware, he did good content. But a big thing around him was just because of his voice. Like a lot of people are like, oh, but like, had he ever revealed his face? And, like, I'm not saying things would have changed for the worse, but like people just judge you on anything they can, you know. So
yeah, true. I think who's done the same thing as well? The Weeknd, the music artist, The Weeknd. I remember when his mixtape came out. It was about 2-3 years. No one knew what he looked like. And his music's not like, he's very commercial now, and his face is everywhere, winning awards. But he done the same as well.
yeah, he didn't show.
So
I
no
mean,
one.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, sometimes it's just nice to have that privacy aspect as well. But then once you get big enough, like as much as you don't want to show your face for privacy purposes, people will go out their way to find it. That's why I decided to make the ultimate decision of just posting a picture of myself. That way, then I don't do this big face reveal, and it's like, yeah, my face is out there anyways. Like I don't care now. Like I completely understand why AJX doesn't do it, because I was the exact same.
I think it depends on the individual, like,
And
'cause
circumstances, to be fair.
yeah, well, the opposite side of the spectrum, like on social media, there's people who's just got that persona, and it's like they belong in front of the camera, and it works, and they can talk, and they look good, and it helps them sell their product,
Yeah.
all their services, or their art, or singing, and whatever it does. So I think it's just down to the individual.
Exactly, it works for some people.
Yeah, I've never really tried it. I don't think I will, but I'm not afraid of a picture.
Yeah, I get it. You're not like scared for someone to see what you like, take a picture of you. But it's also like I just wanted a picture, like I want to post it.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Alongside that, then I know you kind of touched on it partially as to why like you got into making. So you said you got into doing the spray paint cans because of COVID. You had like a bunch piled up. What made you get into like the artistic side of things in the first place? Like from the very beginning, what was like the idea behind? Did you study anything in school, or was it just purely a passion of like, yeah, I want to do art?
Well, growing up, and this is when I was a kid, I used to after school used to get comic books. Just basically just love the artwork on superheroes. And then what I used to do is go home and just literally just copy them exactly how they were. And then it evolved to just drawing them in different poses and then creating my own characters. And then when I was at school, I think like everyone had to do art in secondary school. The teacher did know I had some sort of talent. The reports were good in the first year. And then the second year it just declined, as in you're a teenager, right? So you just like you're not bothered about any schoolwork or anything like that. So I think people saw that there was potential. I just didn't really use it at a young age. And then I've done the common thing, went to school, went to college, got jobs, and then partied on the weekend. And then I think it hit me just later on. I was just like, there must be more to life than like just going out on the weekend and working 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, getting bored doing the same thing every day. And then I just thought to myself, what do I actually like doing? And then this is like a long period of time where I didn't pick up anything or draw or do anything. Like, oh, why don't I try it? Why not? What's there to lose? And then I just started drawing, and then I started airbrushing t-shirts at that time. So I used to do custom t-shirts, so it was a name or
But that's it, you gave me one for free as well. I forgot because I didn't buy it. I completely forgot about it. You gave me a free Goku one as well.
Right.
At Comic-Con, yeah.
Yeah. So that was like how I started off, and then it just evolved there. I just got more creative, and it just spread from word of mouth. I didn't have a website or anything, and people just in the area, they just wanted me to create stuff for them. And then so then after that, I went on tour with the Bob Marley's family in the UK.
Really?
Yeah, they were promoting Marley's Mellow Mood. It was like a relaxation drink, and then they had the headphones. I think it was electronics, the headphones, and then they had the other merchandise as well. And what they were doing was touring around England, and I got to meet a lot of the sons and Bob Marley's daughter as well. She's got one of my pieces hanging in her place in LA. Well, that's what she told me anyway. So this was like early on. So what they had me doing, so I'll get on the tour buses and we'll go to different areas, Scotland, all over England, and I'll just set up a canvas and I'll draw Bob Marley and the merchandise's logos and that, just to attract crowd at these festivals. And then from there, it just spiraled into different things. And then, like I said, it just got more creative and creative.
Jeez, okay.
Just tried out new things. It was a cool time.
Can't believe you went on tour with Bob Marley's family. That's so cool. What?
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, there was a team of us, and then at each festival there was like another. There was like one brother was doing. I think it was anyway. So there was a different member of Bob Marley's family at each event, and I got to meet them all, which was quite lucky.
How long have you been like doing not just art, but like sort of focused on this? Like obviously since COVID was this, but
Yeah. So the cans are the new thing. So that's been about, I think, maybe 3 years now. But all in all, the journey has been 12 years.
Jeez.
Okay, damn.
Yeah. 12 years.
Now, did you do like basketballs and stuff before you did basketballs before the cans, right? Oh no, because all I've ever really known you for is the cans. Like I've known you for other stuff as well, but your main thing, as long as I've known you, is the cans.
Yeah, the basketballs. I've done it while I was doing the cans. Actually, I think no, the show that you first met me, the first time I done basketballs. Yeah.
Oh crap!
I done
Okay.
it the first time, and I thought, oh, let me give it a go. And yeah, I've done the basketballs. Then I think I've done 1 or 2 before, just for the fun of it. But then as the years went past, I think the first 5 years was just experimenting, and then I would just drift towards more of the services. So like shops would want me to do murals and jazz up their walls, and then I was doing festivals, doing art on canvases on their walls. It was just wherever it was taking me at the time. And then on the side I used to do the t-shirts. I've always designed and illustrated different garments, and you've seen my t-shirts. Some are funky, they're all different anyway. A new thing with the illustrations, what's catching on, like you must have seen my tiger. So I've got a tiger, I've got a wolf, I've got a skull. So those are the things on the t-shirts that I do, and I like to have a meaning behind it. So a new one was released this year. I'm going to put it up this weekend as well, because I had it exclusive for Comic-Con for everyone to buy. Is the Lone Wolf. So that's the latest one, and I want it to relate to people. Like I know it'll be like a niche of an audience, but I want to create many designs as I can. But I want people to relate to it. So as the Lone Wolf, it has the different meaning to it, and then you have the tiger, which has the different meaning to it. And I just feel like every human is drawn to animals, so I want to try draw much as I can.
Have you seen my tattoos? I have a lion tattoo and I have a wolf tattoo. So
okay, I do. I've done a lion before, but I just revamped it. I drew it when I think I was about 12 or something, and then I just revamped it, and then I put that on a t-shirt. But I do want to do another lion, like with just high detail.
Yeah.
Lions on my list. It's coming.
Fair enough. With like events and stuff, obviously, you've been, once again, I'm just going to say again, DesignerCon, Comic-Con, you've been to like a good amount of other events as well. For anyone who's wondering, how exactly do you get into going to these? How do you get a booth at these? How do you like make to make the connections? So like to go to these?
Well, they're all run by different corporate companies. So each one is different in individual. So I've done one called Hyper Japan as well. I haven't done it in a few years, but I think in the first year you just test it out with whatever you're doing. So if you've got a product, or you're creative like me and you want to try sell your art, you just have to find out for yourself what works for you and what works for your art. And what I did was just basically go online, and I found out from people as well, going to this convention, that convention. And I think the first year I just visited them myself, and then like I went to Comic-Con. I also went to the smaller markets and shows as well, just to see what things are like. And if I thought that, I think my work will sell at these events, I will just go online and then I'll inquire. Some of them you have to email and request, and kind of like pitch what you're selling. And some of them will take you on, some of them won't. And then some you can just basically apply. They have price lists that they will send to you.
Oh, so do you have to pay for booth?
Oh yeah, I wish they gave it to me free.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Part of me believed you had to pay, but then part of me was also thinking you go for free, so I wasn't sure. So yeah, so like, do you have so I have 2 questions here. This is like a 2-part question. Sorry, because I feel like you have one, AJX, but I'm just gonna build it.
No, go for it.
It's like, so the first part is, will they run the numbers and see if the booth is worth giving to you? And secondly, do you run the numbers yourself in regards to, this is how much the booth costs, this is how much I have to sell to make profit?
Of course. course. Yeah,
To
definitely.
both? I have two-part questions. Of course, to both, or just for your part?
No, so if we're talking about the actual event, they're not. So there was a year, I think, one of the convention, everyone was selling mystery boxes, and the following year they actually put out an email saying they're cutting down on that, because then if the whole show is full of people selling the same stuff, as in the mystery boxes and that, like they want a variety of things. But if you got the money, they'll just take it. If that if that makes sense.
Well, so they don't really care if you're not going to make profit. That's your own problem if you don't, kind of thing.
Yeah, of course. That's to do with anything with business.
What about
Yeah,
DesignerCon?
just
Because I
keep on your own,
remember,
man.
I remember we were
That's the
talking to
risk.
someone at a booth, and I'm pretty sure at DesignerCon they applied and they just got given it. I didn't think they had to pay for it. So did you have to pay for a booth there as well? Is
Yeah,
there some conventions where you get a free booth?
There has been conventions where they've invited me to come and sell. Like there's a corporate event in March. There's a corporate event in March, and they approached me to say, we really like your stuff. We'll give you a stand to sell. And yeah, so there is conventions that if you make enough noise, or from your reputation, or from word of mouth, yeah, they can contact you. Like, oh, would you like to come, invite you? And then that's when you get a stand or a booth free, or you can promote your business for free. But most of the major ones, you do have to pay, or you will have to pay.
Yeah, I thought so. I was just curious about that, to be honest.
Unless if it's to do with, let's say, live art. So like what I did on the Marley tour, I've done it in a couple of restaurants as well, that I just set up a canvas and I'll paint in front of people. With things like that, it's a bit different, because you can contact them and be like, this is what I do. Do you have any space that I can basically do some live art? And yeah, definitely. Most of the times, if your art is good, then if they've got the space, they will give it to you for free. But if you're selling a product, or you're selling, it's still business at the end of the day. So what you're really paying for is the traffic, people. How big is the event? Because if you think about it, there's a certain amount of thousands at an event. It means there's going to be a certain amount of people that's going to walk past your stand and see your work, or see your product and buy your product. So that's the price that you pay. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, yeah, it makes sense. Me and like, I mean, I guess you get like a lot of people who are new, but I'm assuming at these kind of like conventions you get a lot of regulars buying from you. I mean, look, I went and I spent, obviously I won't say how much I spent, because I don't know, but like I bought 2 spray paint cans, and then Dave bought a t-shirt, I believe, and then I got a t-shirt for free, and then they also bought the Christmas present that you had stored behind. So that's 3 spray paint cans and 2 t-shirts. I'm imagining I paid for the t-shirt. That's like, that's a lot in one go, just from a regular,
You've got some major pieces as well.
Yeah, exactly. And like, so that's what I'm saying, is from just 2 regulars, that's already a lot of money made.
Yeah, it's coming to a point now that I have to put out there, I'm going to be at this event, and like the summer one, I had to post, it'll be first come, first serve, because then I get everyone, even emails as well, either emails or on social media, saying that I want what you just made. I've seen it on your social media. I'll give you the money now. I'll transfer the money now. And then I even had a client message me saying, I'm taking this and I've put the money in, because they've got my account details if they're regulars anyway. They said, I've already put the money in your account. And I was like, well, you know what? It's cool, but then it's not really fair on everyone else. So I had to, in the summertime, I put out a post saying, these are just for this event and it will be first come, first serve. So I had a lot of people, just regulars, came rushing to the stand to get whatever the piece they wanted.
That's perfect. That's the way, because then
I try to keep it fair. Like, because it happened the show before earlier on in the year, and I was like, like I can't please everyone, but then I can try to be fair at the same time. So yeah, and then I just came up with that method. So yeah.
I've already asked basically. Well, it's a similar question. Let's hope this one has an answer. You're saying about stuff you've not done before. Is there anything that you've had to like go from a different perspective on? Basically, what I'm trying to ask is, what's the hardest thing you've ever made?
So I had a lady, she wanted a giant canvas for a living room, and then she sent me an abstract piece of art, and she goes, I want this. And I was like, but I didn't create that. So
Oh God.
yeah, so and then she was quite persistent, and I was like, it's not even my style, or
Yeah.
I don't really dabble with it. And I sat with the image, and I was just like, then I said to her, I'm not gonna do it, because then at the same time, it's another artist, and if you really wanted that painting, go to that artist and buy it. But then obviously, I think this painting was in the thousands, so she wanted to recreate it, and then she got back to me. She goes, "Can you do something similar?" And I was like, "Okay." And the thing with some abstract painting, if they're telling you to do abstract, people see different things. So it's like, you know, when you look up in the clouds,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh, look, it looks like someone's nose, or it looks like a rabbit, or
Yeah.
you know. So I think that happens with abstract as well. Everyone sees different images or different things. So then I said to her, all right, give me the themed colors that you want for your living room. And yeah, I'll create something abstract for you. It wasn't my style. It wasn't my thing. It's something that I don't really do. But back then, like an idiot, I took on the job, and then like it was just back and forth. I would complete it, and then I think it looks good. I'll send it back to her, and then she's like, I see a horse in this corner, and I was like, what horse? Do you know what I mean? So it just went on and on.
Why
And
is
that was
blood
the hardest
waffling?
thing. Yeah, like it just went on, and yeah, that was really hard. That was really hard. And then it wasn't art because I wasn't creating what I wanted to. But then again, at the same time, I get projects that companies will tell me it has to be this, and these are the guidelines, and you have to stick to it. And I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. But when someone wants you to do something personal and custom, and you just don't get any of their description or vision, like it just makes things really difficult.
That's why, like I said to you earlier, I'd rather just go, here's an idea, I'll let you just do what you want with it.
Yeah.
Creative freedom.
Yeah, that's why I love doing customs for you. You just like, you tell me I want this, do your thing on it. And I think that's for every artist, like when you just give them the freedom to do what they want. But then again, with logos, I find it a bit different. So because logos is actually to the T, I want this text, I want a planet in there, or a feather, or whatever it is, and it's just very basic.
Yeah.
Then I would get the same issue sometimes with a lot of back and forth with logos. So it's just very much, I'm confident enough to say, fortunately, I don't think I've got the right skill set to do it. It's just in my mind, I'm just like, I'm not up for it. I don't think I'm the right person for it, because there was a time that I had many clients and I just couldn't juggle them, and there was just too many commissions. And I started off like a little team. I had one guy doing graphics, and I had another guy with his own kind of art style. And then I would kind of, if I didn't have the time to do it, I would refer him on. But then so they'll go to the graphic designer, but somehow the same job will come back to me, and they'll be like, I still want your twist on. It's not the same. So that didn't work out. So now it's just I'm not afraid to say, no, I won't be able to do this one.
Which is completely warranted.
Yeah.
You don't want too much on your plate. But yeah, I mean, I feel like we've covered pretty much every question, AJX. I feel like there's something we're missing, but I think we've covered like everything. I mean, do you have any other stories for us, Mistry?
I don't think I have any interest.
I mean, just anything that you think would be like cool.
It might be cool to me, but you might even know what it is.
I mean, go on, give it then. What's it?
You didn't really sound enthusiastic.
Well, just because we don't know, but that's just me talking. Like, just because we don't know what it is doesn't mean the viewers not gonna know.
Have you heard of the Thundercats?
Yes.
That's giving me basketball team vibes, but it's probably not. Is it?
See, I know what it is.
There we go. See, the other old man does. So
Oh my God.
AJX is my guy.
There we go. Go on, tell us about the Thundercat story then, since AJX.
No,
the power of Grayskull.
It's not going to have that. No, that's He-Man.
Oh no!
Oh, Thundercats,
no,
like that 1985 TV show.
1985.
Yeah, it's actually 1985.
Why did I
Yeah,
confuse?
I think it is 1980.
Oh, I've seen like
90s.
stuff about this. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know what it was, but I have seen like memes and stuff about it. Yeah. Go on. What about it then?
Anyway, so this guy's a legend, and the main character on it, the voice actor, I used to do YouTube videos where I used to airbrush t-shirts and stuff, and the voice actor of the main main guy in the cartoon, what played Lionel, left a comment saying that he wants one. He wants a T-shirt.
Oh, that's really cool. What?
Yeah, so I didn't know who it was. It's like, come on, growing up as a kid watching cartoons, and then like you don't know what the actual voice actors look like. So so then I think a friend of mine, oh, do you know who that is? That's blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, all right, no way, whatever. So then he gave me his email address, and we started talking, and we became friends. I sent him a T-shirt and stuff, and we started off not a YouTube channel. Yeah, so we started off a YouTube channel talking about retro cartoons. It was me and him, and it was based on Thundercats as well. So, but then we done the first episode, and then he had to pull it because they revamped the cartoon later on, and it was taken over by Warner Brothers. And then, so then all of a sudden I had him emailing me, oh, you have to, we can't do this anymore, so and so, because I think he played the father of someone in the new cartoon, and obviously he must have signed something, and then he was like, oh, we can't do these episodes anymore because of Warner Brothers. So then we had to pull the plug on that. I felt that would have been quite big. So yeah, that's my story.
That's a cool story though. So you're saying about we wouldn't be interested. That's very interesting story.
No, because usually when I tell this story, they're a lot more older, and they'd be like, what? No way! Start making noise, and she's like, oh yeah, by the power of Grayskull. It's not even the same cartoon.
I completely mixed them both. For some reason, they are both the same. I was. Oh my god.
To be fair, we do get like some older viewers though. Like we actually do get like a good amount of like older viewers as well. So like there's a good few people who maybe listen to this, and even then, like it'd be your audience listening to this as well, Mistry. So you know,
it's true.
I actually do have a question that I thought of while you were telling the story, which I think would be quite an interesting one to hear. So at DesignerCon and Comic Con, you was with one. I'm just gonna say fellow because I don't actually know who it is. I obviously talked to them and they were really really cool. You were with a guy, but then at Comic Con you were with two people. So how did you? So DesignerCon and Comic Con last year, one person. Comic Con this year, two people. But then that same person you was with last year was there this year. How did you meet your team?
So one of my team members is like an anthology of his knowledge is just crazy on comics. I don't know where he gets the time. He just knows everything about every program. He knows about gaming. He knows about just everything. Like, and with me as an artist, when it comes to, so I can draw, I can create. There's a lot of stuff in anime. There's a lot of stuff in gaming. There's a lot of stuff even in comic books. Like you see me at Comic Con, so people assume that I just know everything. Like,
well, not really. I don't think Comic Con is just that. It's just a name, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. But for instance, like he can go into detail about probably how tall a character is, and he can go deep into what their origin stories is and so and so. So he was actually he was a friend of my cousin, and I think I only met once or twice. And then he used to tell me about all this stuff that he's into and so and so. And I don't know, I kind of select them as in obviously I have to get on with them and gel. Like I can't just be like, oh, I need help with doing the stand, or you know what I mean, I need help at this event. I just need a workout. Like I need to just gel with them, kind of thing. Like I like when people come to my stand, I want them to get that good vibe, that positive vibe, and to have a conversation with us. It's not just about you're here to buy. Like, do you know, I'm genuinely interested. Like sometimes customers that I don't know will come and buy something. I like to ask the question, what drew you to this piece of art or this t-shirt design, so and so, and they will know nothing about it, but I'll get the feedback, and I like having that conversation. I like to know what people are into. At the end of the day, I think you need people in your life, and everyone needs each other to uplift each other, if that makes sense. Like in my personal times, I like to chill. I love watching movies. I like being on my own. I like chilling. But at the same time, I think everyone as well. We need each other, if that makes sense.
That's what Noxai said, AJX. Find comfort in community, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Funny enough, yeah.
Who's Noxide? He sounds like a smart person.
He's the fellow who owns the tournament, the biggest Minecraft tournament in the world.
Oh, okay.
And we had him on the podcast last week. So
it's a really nice theme going, actually. That's really lovely.
So you basically said the exact same thing, like without the wording. You basically said the exact same idea that he said, which is quite funny to hear, actually.
Yeah, no, 100%. We do need each other.
Yeah,
and it doesn't stop at just friends and family. Like I don't know, it's good to know.
Yeah. Is that
It's good to be around you.
Is he the fella who's always at the booth with you then?
Most of the time, yeah.
Is it the one I met? Yeah.
Yeah. He's usually, I take him to the smaller events as well. He just loves it. He loves. I think he loves
the one who was there with you at Comic-Con last year, because there was only two of you. That's what I'm saying. Is that him?
You have to describe him.
The one who at Comic-Con with you this year.
Yeah.
The same one who was at Comic-Con with you last year, huh?
I can't remember who was with me last year.
How do you not remember? It was only one person was with you last year. Because there was two people with you this year, right?
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah. He usually, he comes. He comes. That's who I was talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Okay, cool.
Because he does most of the events with me, and then sometimes I will have like there's two of them, so there's usually three of us. Sometimes I do get an extra person, but it's people I know.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I've ever just randomly given someone a go. Like, oh, I need a hand.
Well, no, yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, no, I couldn't imagine you did. It'd be friends. Like if I with the podcast, for example, I'd known AJX for like a good few months, and we talked and we got on really, really well. I didn't just meet him and go, "Yo, do you want to co-host a podcast with me?" You know, I know it's not as. I mean, like especially because you got to take trust as well, right? Because I can't imagine you're the only one making transactions. You're probably, as far as I'm aware, like they were taking transactions as well, right? So there's a lot of trust in that base as well. Because you take cash and card.
Yeah, exactly. And they mainly take most of the transactions.
Exactly. Or if you need to go to the toilet, for instance, and there's a big transaction, you got to have that trust that they're not going to put like 20 quid in their pocket.
Yeah.
So you can't just pick someone. You don't just walk around Comic-Con, who wants to help with my booth? Who wants to help run it? You know, you put your hand up first, I pick you. So
it depends what you do. It depends what your business is.
Yeah. But yours is just a close-knit one. It's like quiet. They're not quiet, like it's like you don't need like 50 employees. 3 of you can run a booth nice and easy.
Yeah, I think because we've done it for so long and we've done it together.
Yeah. Might change.
Like yeah. So it's not that I feel uncomfortable bringing someone else in, but if one of them says, "Oh, can't make it," or "I'm sick," something like that, it does. I do feel like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like if I got someone else, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah, well, like once again referring back to the podcast, for instance, alright, like AJX is the main co-host, right? Like me and AJX do it, but like as much as it feels weird if like AJX can't make a week, I have two options. Either I just do the podcast on my own if I'm interviewing someone, it'll just me and the guest, so it'll basically be an inside MC, or like there's another fella called Bendo and then someone else called Roman. Like like Bendo and Roman, they can like sub in for like it's mainly Bendo because Roman's quite bit like Roman. She has a college on like when we record normally, so like normally it's Bendo who subs in, and it's only ever been once when AJS was at Disneyland Paris. But even then, like if I couldn't get either of like them three on, I wouldn't be able to just. I mean, yeah, okay, I guess there's a fourth technically, but like a fifth, I wouldn't be able to bring a fifth person in. You know, it'd feel weird. So you know, kind of borderline being able to relate to you here. So
yeah, no, but there is others, but
it's just about comfortability, you know.
It's just it's the A team. You got your A team and you got your B team. Actually, I shouldn't really say that because the others won't come.
No, but that's valid though, because like I mean, that's valid. You have your team that are like there, and then you have backups. That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens. It's like, for instance, where I work, we have our employees, and then we have agency. I know like B team isn't exactly agency, but you get what I mean. They're like backups. I think that's warranted.
Yeah, and I just think they got a wicked vibe. You know what I mean? Like even if I'm not at the stand, because what usually happens is I always have to go to another stand or something, or they want some stuff done. Like when you saw the stormtrooper suit, the life-size stormtrooper suit.
Yeah.
So the summer one, that's where I met them, and I had to go back and forth because they wanted me to do a suit, so we had to sort that out. So I can leave them at the stand, and do you know what I mean? Like the customers still get the same vibe. I don't have to be there. Well,
they can sell your products for you.
Yeah, because they know what I do. And they know certain pieces that they'll just have to give me a call and say someone's interested in this, so you need to come sort it out.
Yeah. Do you want to know another fun fact, AJX?
Yeah, go for it.
That you probably wouldn't have thought about. So it's actually a fun fact on like your behalf, Mistry. So their designs and like pieces are so popular that at this year's Comic-Con they actually had to hide a bunch of pieces. Otherwise they would have all sold out in like the first 2 days, and there wouldn't have been anything for Sunday.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yeah, so like there was actually like when I got there was like a good amount left, but it was like he was still hiding stuff just so they didn't all sell out, so that he'd actually sell some stuff on Sunday, because then whatever somehow doesn't sell goes on the website anyway, so or sells to someone who was interested in it and they couldn't go to the event. So yeah, just a fun little fact on Mistry's behalf there.
Yeah, no, I'm still trying to find a better method for the weekends anyway. Like even like
It's
this
a bit
time,
hard though.
it is, but I do think I need some sort of method. And I don't want to do something, I don't want to say to people who come to my stand, you can only buy, because there's people who will make art toys and they do limited edition batches as well. And they always put only 2 per customer. And I really don't want to do that to people. Like if they like something and they want a piece of art,
Yeah, no, don't do that.
I want it to be available then. Yeah, so I really want to find a method that I can like fill out every single day with
I'd say
stock,
max
but
it at
obviously-
5. I'd say max
Say that
5.
again?
I'd say max 5 per customer. I'd say.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
And even then, like what you could just do is literally just overmake, right? And I know it's easier said than done because I'm not the one making the designs, but just overmake, and then that way, then whatever you don't sell, you can literally just put on your website, then just constantly advertise it everywhere. Like this didn't like we had this left over from Comic-Con, or like maybe a bit better than that. Go to my website if you want. So
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that this weekend as well for Black Friday.
yeah, just go.
I've got a couple of bits. But even working for the October show, I worked twice as hard. I actually doubled up on stock, and I had the same issue. So it's
So triple up.
it's like it's like a mechanic. There's only a certain amount of cars you can fix in a day. So it's the same thing with me. And I don't like rushing any of my projects. Like I think that sucks away the creativity in your soul. Like when it turns into work, which I don't like.
Yeah.
So I want to enjoy the project and I don't want to rush it. I think maybe if I organize my time better. But then another issue, I'm just telling you all my problems now, isn't it?
No, you're good.
So the other dilemma and issue is that when I do a show, like this one's all right because it was the last show of the year I decided I was going to do. So when it's like from February up until summer, it's usually packed with shows. So it's one of those things that I will sell out in the first show and then I'm back to kind of like square one, and then I have to work towards in a small space of time towards the next show. So there's only a certain amount I can do.
Yeah,
and
that's where the issue comes.
Yeah, it is an issue. But then I also have my other brand, Banished, and I've had that idea for many years. So now I'm going into the art toy industry, creating toys. I don't know if you've seen it. You've seen the Banished Angels.
They're like bear angels, yeah?
Yeah, they're like pandas.
That's pandas, sorry, not bears. Yeah.
No, there's a bear as well.
Oh, okay.
There's another character, the bear. So with that, I've got merchandising of the clothing, and I've started doing art toy as well. And I released it at the start of this year. Yeah, I think it was in April. So first batch of the Angel came out, and I think I only done 15, and that was the first time that, because I'm so used to doing one-off pieces, it doesn't matter how it comes out because I don't have to try a replica.
Yeah.
With the pandas, like I had them, I've decided, so how it goes in the art world culture with art toys, or you call it designer toys, created by different artists. They usually come out with a original colorway, and then after that they'll come out with another colorway. So the first batch, I done a 15 batch, and I had to paint them all the same color, and I found that so difficult.
Yeah, the consistency.
Because the consistency and then having a steady hand and making them look exactly the same was a just whole different ball game that I wasn't used to. But I did it, and they sold out. I'm so happy about that. So then I think next April will be the next batch, and I'm looking to supersize it. So they were like art toys, they were like 3.5 inches by 6 inches wide because of the angel wings, and this time I'm going to go for a mega size, and they're going to be 10 inches tall and I think 15 inches wide, so it's a big leap. I'm planning to launch that hopefully in April, and can I talk about just a bit about the brand?
Yeah, of course, go ahead.
So they're called Banished Angels, and my idea is to have art toys, merchandise. What I want to do with this brand, so basically what they are is they're like messenger. They're supposed to be stuck between a realm between Earth and space, and they all have different personalities and different attributes and powers as well. So they're like little cute animals kind of things with angel wings. Some are cheeky, some are innocent, and that's the whole concept that I want to go through. And it's one of those that I want them to represent for like loved ones what passed away before their time, family, even pets. So they represent. Each character, they all represented as guardian and protectors and guidance for the friends. And my plan for this brand is say for instance AJX or you, Charlie, growing up you watched cartoons and then you grew out of them.
Yeah.
So my idea, did you say no?
Not yet, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, I don't
But
think
as
I've
in,
grown
like-
out of cartoons either, to be fair, but I get like I'm running
I
with the
get you.
idea.
You're running with the idea.
like you still like have love for them, but then obviously
Yeah,
you're
definitely.
not bursting up first thing in the morning because we all have jobs and things to do and families and that, and running downstairs to try watch the cartoon.
Are you sure? You don't know me.
I'm sorry if I've offended anyone who still does that.
No.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. If you got the time to do it, do it.
Yeah, no,
I'd love to do that.
I work a job, so
Yeah. So my plan and what I wanted to do is have it. So say for instance, someone had a baby. So I want
Okay.
to create stories and let's say children's books, and then I want plushies for these characters. And so the kids growing up, it goes with the ages. So you have the plushies, the merchandise, you have the stories. It's all about the meanings behind it at the same time. And then teenagers would rock the clothing. So it's kind of part of them all their lives, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then like the adult stage is kind of what I'm doing now. So the art toys, so they're like the designer toys that you'll have them in your home displayed, knowing what the meaning is. But I want to create that longevity from like for the new generation to grow up with this brand. Does that make sense?
That sounds really cool, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have an idea, so you just need to run with it, you know?
Yeah, so I want it to work through the ages, and sort of teenagers do have say comic books and stuff like that. Like I'm just constantly coming up with new ideas. So the April's mega batch that I come out as designer toys, I'm gonna call the next batch the multiverse, and what I am doing is getting other artists. So the panda is basically the toy that is canvas, and I'm gonna get graffiti artists and other artists to do their own thing on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to get them involved, and so I've got a few lined up already. Like this, they're still in production. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, I'll get it. So they'll come as a blank canvas, so they'll be all white, and I'll send them off to the artists, let them create whatever they want on it, kind of thing. And then so that will be the Banished Angels multiverse, where artists basically just collaborate. And with the art toy industry, it's nothing like I've ever seen before. Like everyone's really helpful. Because we're all artists, like we're just helping each other with different methods. How do you do that? How do you make this cast? And how do you mix the resin with this? And it's just another new world that I've discovered and I'm getting into.
Yeah.
And I just think it's really cool. And yeah, so that's totally different and away from what I'm doing now, like the custom stuff. But yeah, I've got a lot of passion for that, and I hope that looms nicely.
I'm excited to see where it pays off, where not pays off, where it goes even, and it will pay off. So
yeah, I'm excited too as well. Like there's a couple of guys that have their own comics. And I was speaking to them, even having some of my characters do little cameos and appear in their comic. Yeah, so the sky's the limit. No, the sky's not the limit. It's above the sky, but it can go on like everywhere. So I can use all these characters, comics, in animation, anything. What I need to do is just organize my brain to do one at a time and create a creative business, how it pan out and how it will touch the audience.
And you'll figure that out as you go.
Yeah.
You got brains behind it, you got an idea behind it, you just need to actually execute it now, which you will. I'm sure you're doing a perfect way as well. So
yeah, and I think with this one, it's going to be the opposite to what I spoke about the custom. It will be I'll need people jump in on it, as in I might need a writer, I might need an animator, I might need another artist to do this, and then with that as well, it's not that I won't have to work as hard, because I'll do what I do. I die. It's just about leaving something behind, because as humans, like we're not not immortal, but I see it as if I can make my mark and my art will live on through me. Like already, Charlie, you've got a lot of my artwork.
Yeah.
And then when I don't exist and I'm gone, do you know what I mean? It's still present in people's lives. If that makes sense.
I'll hold it all in one circle and I'll cry. I'll sit in the middle of the circle crying, surrounded by
Light a
your
candle in the middle. Yeah, light a candle in the middle and sit in the circle.
Exactly. I'll just cry. Mystery, no.
This podcast has taken a bit of turn, isn't it? It's got a bit deep.
I mean, no, not really, because you're just talking about what you're passionate about, which is interesting and it's fun to hear. So
Yeah, well, art, to me, art is immortal. To any artist, or not even artist, whoever creates something, makes something, is there after you're gone. And to me, it's just like a realm in between. That's why the brand Banished Angel, it means a lot, because I think it represents all of that. And I want to go even more deeper.
and it's your own as well. So you created your own brand alongside Mr. Mystery, and then you're gonna rock with
It's
it.
just yeah, exactly. It's just hard to juggle with being one person.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm gonna make it happen, 100%.
Exactly.
It's gonna happen.
And that's why I want to hear.
Because I find people come to my stand and I have Banished Angel clothing and they still want it because
it's cool.
That's why I said, yeah, like they like it, they're drawn to it, and then that's when I pop my head up and I'm like, oh, why did you buy this? Like, weird, creepy guy, like, why did you buy it? Like, and they're probably looking at me like, don't you want me to buy it?
What was your reasoning? Never mind, I just don't get it then.
And then they walk off with like, that guy's got really weird sales.
Why are you buying it? Because you have a booth, you're trying to sell. But why? Why me? Why not them?
Yeah, why are you buying it, bruv?
To be fair though, sometimes I ask guests after the podcast just so I can learn what I'm doing right. Why did you accept coming on the podcast? Like certain guests, because it's just it's just good to learn what you're doing right and why they're interested in coming on. Same with what you're doing right and why people are interested in buying your stuff. Learning curves.
Exactly.
All about that.
You can't be afraid.
Oh, hello, AJX.
Hello.
Got you there. Sorry. I guess with that being said, then Mystery. Oh yeah, were you gonna add to it or no?
No, I was just gonna ask AJX, where has he been?
Oh.
Did he leave us?
Bro left the voice call and came back. He's trying to organise stuff.
I'm here.
Good to hear, AJX. Thank you. I guess with that then, Mystery, if you don't have anything else to add, as well as yourself, AJX, I believe this brings the end of the podcast.
No. Whoop, whoop.
Excited for the end.
What a wonderful podcast it's been.
I'm absolutely starved.
Oh, okay, good. It's good that we're wrapping up then. That was all really interesting. By the way, Mystery, I just didn't know how to not that I didn't know how to respond per se, but that whole thing about the Banished Angels, I was kind of just letting you talk on about your own thing. I didn't really know how to add to it, and it was just interesting to listen to rather than give my input.
That was my end of podcast plug. What's coming and what's new?
Speaking of then, where can we find you, Mr. Mystery? Where can we find the Banished Angels? Any of this Black Friday stuff that you're releasing? Anything that you didn't sell at Comic-Con that you're most likely selling afterwards? Where can we find anything? How can people get in contact with you for commissions? I mean, we're coming up on Christmas. I know you're pretty busy, but even then, after Christmas, where can people find you to commission you themselves?
Okay, so I'm on pretty much every social media platform. If you search Mr. Mystery, but the
Same way it's in the title. It'll be in the title. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, best place to go is my website because everything's there. You can scroll down. The commercial social networks will be at the bottom, which you can check out my work. You can find Banished Angels on the website. You can message me if you want more information. You can message me on missions or any ideas or pricings that you do, that I do. Well, you need to know. So yeah, feel free. You can just Google my name and it will just come up. And that's for December. I probably cut off on the 18th for sending out commissions. If you want it, you have to message me now, kind of thing, and then I'll say if I can do it and get it out to you. I think it's the 22nd is the date for cut off for the postage, and that's really cutting it short. No, sorry, I take that back. I think I'll be in Barbados, but I'll be back before Christmas. Okay, this is not really a good plug, is it?
Just plug your Instagram, plug your website. That's how people can contact you for Instagram. What's your at, Mystery?
Okay, all right. So
I'll help you out here. Here we go. No. We're keeping it all in. It was a good plug. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
But like on the basis now, where's your Instagram? What's your Instagram at?
Well, everything is just Mr. Mystery. Just find it. You can, like I said, you can Google it. Go on Instagram. As long as you spell it the way it's supposed to be spelled, you'll definitely find me. If you want to follow Banished Angels, there's a separate Instagram account. I think there's Facebook as well and all the other social medias. You just Banished Angels, that will come up. Or you can go through Mr. Mystery into Banished Angels, into that world and that realm.
Yeah, you can literally go onto MrMystery.com and Banished Angels is on there. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you mind the Panda Art toy? Sold out though, sadly. You got a bunch of t-shirts which are really, really cool.
Yeah. The Protected Banished Angel ones are the new ones I put up today.
And they look really sick. It'd be last Wednesday from when this podcast is coming out. So if anyone who's confused as today, it'd be last Wednesday where we met.
Yeah. And that's it really.
Yeah. I mean, you've smashed it, Mystery. This has been an amazing podcast.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. Like, honestly, I enjoyed it. I think this is my first podcast.
You think?
And I was yeah.
You know what? Fair enough. I respect it.
Been an honour to be your first.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
yeah.
It's been interesting hearing like a whole different side of you as well. Like, because I know you as Mr. Mystery, but I've never really heard all the stories. Like hearing about like the Bob Marley film was really cool. The different stories of like how you became an artist, all that kind of stuff. Like it's all really interesting to hear. So I'm glad I brought you on, and I'm glad we got to hear that different side of you. For anyone else who's interested, got to hear like a whole different thing.
You found it interesting. No, 100% glad you found it interesting.
Oh yeah.
Shall we wrap it?
You will.
Yeah?
This has been Midweek MC. Thank you so much again, Mystery. Sorry, the end of the podcast is always a bit like, oh, what do we do? But you've been an amazing guest. Thank you so much, and it was so cool to hear everything from you. And AJX, although you went silent at the end, which is obviously warranted. I mean, if you didn't have much to say. Thank you for being an amazing co-host. Obviously, it was nice to have you kind of here as well, who don't know really anything about Mr. Mystery, as opposed to me, who knows like a decent amount. So it's quite cool, like having the two different perspectives on things. However, this has been Midweek MC. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe. Don't eat too much bread. Pieces.